In all likelihood, Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee when our party convention meets in July. I congratulate him and wish him well. I wish anyone well who would be America's president. Our country is too precious to let our differences divide us. I have always been a conservative Republican and always supported the Republican nominee. But on this question, as she did on so many others, Margaret Thatcher provided some good advice when she said, quote, "Never just follow the crowd. Always make up your own mind." It is now up to Donald Trump to earn the votes of those in our party and beyond it who did not support him. And I hope he does that.
All right, let's go to our correspondent in Washington, Nomia Iqbal, who was listening to that speech when it happened. Nomia, talk us through some of what Nikki Haley had to say about why she was withdrawing and what she hoped for the rest of the contest.
It was a very short speech by Nikki Haley. She didn't really go into the details of why she was suspending her campaign. I mean, the truth is that it was pretty hard for her to justify hanging on. She only wrapped up 2 victories in Vermont last night and also in Washington, D.C., but she never really got within striking distance of Donald Trump's commanding lead. It wasn't too surprising that she didn't endorse Donald Trump. And I think her evolution has been pretty fascinating because once upon a time, she was so loyal to Mr. Trump in the way that you see many other Republicans. But during the campaign trail, she was competing against him for a year. She wasn't afraid to step into another light in which she really did go after Donald Trump, attacking him over all sorts, his age, his mental ability, pointing to his criminal indictments as well. So I think there was a lot of bad blood between them in the end. So it wasn't surprising that she hasn't endorsed him, but it was interesting how she has called on him to try and work hard to win over her supporters. He's already indicated that he's not willing to do that. He demands loyalty. President Biden released a statement today saying that there was room in his campaign for Nikki Haley's supporters.
Well, that's an interesting point you raised there, Nomia, because it's a 2-party system in the United States. Many might be feeling torn between a potential President Trump and a President Biden that they maybe don't have faith in. What options are there really for some of America's voters?
Well, if you're a Nikki Haley voter, I think there are 3 options. You either vote for Donald Trump, and I certainly met enough of them during the primary campaign to say that they would do that. There are those who might cross the bridge and vote for President Biden because they're so turned off by Donald Trump. There are supporters who've indicated they would do that as well. And then there are those who might just sit it out. And there could be plenty of people who do that, not just Nikki Haley supporters. There are polls in this country that suggest many Americans are probably more likely to look forward to going to visit their dentist, to be honest, than the actual November election, the presidential election in November. Many Americans not enthused about a rematch, pointing to issues such as the fact that Biden and Trump are pretty old, pointing to Donald Trump's multiple criminal indictments. Whether or not they will reach any conclusion before November, we'll have to wait and see. There are also those who aren't happy with President Biden's handling of what's happening in Israel and Gaza. There was a protest vote against him in Michigan recently. So those are the 3 options. So we'll see. But it is going to be a rematch. I think we can confidently say that. It will be President Biden versus Donald Trump once again. But they won't be officially announced as the candidates until the party conventions over the summer.
OK, Nomia Iqbal, never has a visit to the dentist seemed so appealing. Nomia, as always, thank you very much.